You can see that images and pictures are going to attract readers and pull them in the story. We've heard about that all morning. They're nuanced meanings about movement, time, and location. So we're going to be looking at geography, the visual geography of the page, and the way geography itself is pulled in to bring more meaning into the text. By developing visual literacy skills, readers are going to become better able to recognize the meaning behind visual text, often communicated in ways such as the use of color or placement and images within the page layout. We'll develop visual literacy skills by examining a few fiction and nonfiction books for children and young adults as they relate to the theme development, critical literacy, social justice, and geography of art. So that's where we're going to direct your focus this morning.
The discussion books you've seen here. I'm going to be talking, I love doing show and tell, and I'm functioning sort of as both the editorial director of our company, Just Us Books, and as an art director in general who's worked with picture books and textbooks and storybooks and packages of things. So what I would like for you to do in terms of, I know everybody's probably done their assignment and they've read through the books, but we're going to point out specific things about each text, and I'm going to talk kind of basically from the vantage point of being an art director. So some of the things that you have seen and heard in the presentations before have technical and pedagogical names, but I'm functioning as an art director. So if I just point to it, again, that's what Megan talked about, or that's what Christopher talked about in terms of the work.
Sure.
All of you may be familiar with this infographic. It's very important in terms of diversity to include all of us. I'm one of those editorial directors, and because our company was founded on the premise that we were sort of outside of publishing, most of the books that we do under Just Us Books are written and or illustrated by African American or African artists and illustrators. And we see in a number of textbooks and in a number of picture books that there's still, in spite of the fact that there's been a growth in representation, there's still a very dismal numbers in terms of representation of ethnic groups, of all of the groups that you see here. So this infographic gives you kind of a picture of mirrors, windows, doors, sliding glass doors, and we have to give homage to Rudine Sims Bishop for the wording, but also, and I forgot the name of the illustrator, David Hike, who did a new infographic, and these look like the percentages really have to change. So here's focusing on diversity. We're going to talk about theme development, and as Edie said, critical literacy. She's going to talk about that, social justice, and we're going to start off with social justice. So these are not in any particular order of importance. These are just the things that we will be talking about.
So we're going to start on social justice with Last Stop on Market Street. And here's a definition of what social justice is, one of the many definitions of what that is. And I'm sure many of you know that I work mainly with young adults. So in doing this, in looking at social justice, we're looking at a tool that's really going to work with all age groups for younger readers, and even older readers can get something out of this book. It is so rich in content. I think what we